AVS Media Demo.
Many forms by which he catches man. He is a beast of many horns, and ever thus has been. For there's rum, and gin, and beer, and wine, and brandy of logwood hue, and hawk, and port, and flip, combined to make a man look blue.
Hey!
AVS Media Demo.
Yeah, it's another one of them shows. This is show number what? 190 something. We're getting close to 200.
We're getting close
creeping
to our 200. Yeah, we're gonna have a. I think we're gonna do a special 200 show.
We are
coming up, but
cellar beers.
We'll save that.
AVS Media
Beers
Demo.
Holding on for years.
Yes.
It's gonna be one-offs that'll be our last ones ever, and we'll have to start over fresh again.
But we're excited about here because we've been here a few times now. Back at Tippy's in Winamac.
Tippy's is our little hangout.
Sheila
It's
keeps
a good
asking
place.
us back.
AVS Media
Thanks
Demo.
for coming.
I don't know why she keeps asking us.
And you brought somebody special tonight with you, didn't you?
She did.
So we're here for a takeover.
She arranged some good stuff.
Like, who are you talking
I know.
to?
I was like, she had to look at me like,
I was like, no.
I'm special, all right.
But yes, you are.
This is not special.
AVS Media
I've been called
Demo.
special before. Don't worry.
Not short bus special.
Okay.
That's me.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all me.
But we do have Lisa from the New Belgium Brewery, and great to have you on.
Yes,
Thanks.
Lisa. Thank you.
We've been, Pat was excited because we talked a little bit before. the show.
AVS Media
I can't remember
Demo.
what beer it was, but this is New Belgium was one of your AHA craft beers.
Yeah, so on a lot of our shows, and we'll get into more of what we got tonight.
Right.
But I'm going to start off with New Belgium. We talk a lot, and we ask a lot of our guests, and because we get regular
AVS
folks on,
Media
we
Demo.
get brewers on, we get all kinds. We always like to ask, what's their AHA beer? What got them into craft? What got them away from just drinking what they normally drank and tried something new? And for me, honestly, I was in Seattle.
AVS Media
A
Demo.
couple years ago, like 3, maybe 4 years ago, and I was in Seattle at a little artisanal pizza place. I think I had a pizza with a arugula and an egg on it or something, It was very odd. But they also had some really good beers
AVS
out there.
Media Demo.
And I saw it, and I looked at it, and I had the, I'm never sure if I'm pronouncing it right, the La Folie?
La Folie.
La Folie. See? Oh, look, she's fired already.
I should have never said
Spilling beer. Look, you called it early.
She did.
We're brave.
AVS Media Demo.
it. It's only 6:30. What are you guys doing? You're like a 3-hour tour here.
So what? How was it pronounced again?
La Folie.
La Folie,
La Folie.
which is translated to the. I just read it and I
AVS Media
Folly.
the
Demo.
folly.
Like
Yes,
Find Your
the
Folly
folly.
type.
Find your folly, and it is a sour brown ale, and is actually a very pop. It took me a while to find it when I moved because I was just in Seattle for business, and then it really actually took me a little while to find it because I was in Florida
AVS
and
Media
back again,
Demo.
and I actually found it again, and it's not for everybody.
It's not.
But sours never are,
It's definitely an acquired taste.
But that was my AHA beer where I'm like, holy crap, that stuff's actually pretty awesome.
That's
I
pretty
mean,
impressive.
it
that
was-
that
it
was
was-
your-
AVS
That was
Media
mine,
Demo.
yeah.
That
Just
is
a
a big beer.
random one
Yeah.
out of there and just out in the middle of Seattle.
That's great.
Yeah,
I'd love
yeah,
to hear
so,
that. I love it.
That's
You
so
probably
I
won't find it much in Indiana. But
you can
Here
find
and
it
there.
at like Crown. You can
Yeah.
find it at the Crown Liquors.
Crown.
I found it at
AVS
Crown.
Media Demo.
Mr. G's in
Oh, nice.
Noblesville is the best. If you ever want to find beer or whiskey of any
Yeah.
kind, you can
Yeah.
pretty
They
much.
got it.
And if he don't got it, he'll order it for you
Yep.
somehow, and he'll get it.
that's great.
Yeah.
I
So
love
yeah, just
retailers
one of
like
my
that.
favorites, and that actually started me on the sour. world,
AVS
'cause
Media
I didn't
Demo.
really think about it before, but I do like the sours. I like
Yeah.
the Flanders types, and I'm especially lean towards Flanders type beers, and that's really where I lean on the sours. I'm not a big Brett sour kind of person because it gets a little funky, but
AVS Media Demo.
so that's my New Belgium, praise there as my starter.
What was
Thank
New
you.
Belgium's first beer? What was their kickoff?
You know,
So actually, we started out with Abby.
Abby?
And
That's
yeah,
right.
Abby was actually brewed. It was
like
AVS Media Demo.
wedding wheat.
yeah.
And I'm sorry, no, I made a mistake. It wasn't called that. It was actually brewed because of our co-founder, actually, when he was in Belgium, wanted to come back and kind of brew some beers, and Abby obviously was a huge influence for him. For
Yeah,
the whole
one-
Belgian
AVS
style.
Media Demo.
And, but he actually came back and brewed Fat Tire was probably pretty much close to being
Right.
that first beer because of his trip to Belgium.
Okay.
It was Fat Tire and Abbey is what I was researching on, and those were the first two that they really.
Fat
those were
Tire's
his
a-
garage beers or the
Yep.
the first one. they really
AVS
started to
Media
work with in
Demo.
the
Put
basement.
you on the map. I mean, that's the one.
Pretty
that-
much, yeah, it's our flagship.
Right.
Very proud, yeah. And actually, I was talking about wedding wheat. There was a sunshine wheat, which we brewed for quite a while, actually, up until about a couple years ago. We discontinued it, but it was actually brewed for our own
AVS Media Demo.
and they called it wedding wheat. And
Wedding
everyone's
wheat.
like, yeah, no one's going to drink something called wedding wheat. So
Why not?
we called it sunshine wheat because of Colorado and the sunshine. And it was probably our bestseller for many, many years, right behind Fat Tire.
I'm gonna go with Mile High Wheat. Might have worked.
AVS Media Demo.
Definitely now it would. Yeah.
And that would definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a whole
Yeah.
different. That's a whole different kind of
There you
wheat
go.
beer.
Oh, you said wheat. I'm sorry. WHEAT? Okay.
Yeah, WHEED.
Yeah. We have some of that, too.
AVS Media Demo.
Do you guys actually? Do you? You guys brew in Colorado? That? Or are you allowed to? I don't know.
I don't know if I'm at liberty to say. I don't know
know.
who's asking.
No. Honestly, I don't know what the rules. There are some rules on that now. I know there are some companies who are doing that. So
For sure.
yeah, I
AVS
don't know what the
Media
rules are on
Demo.
that. And obviously, you can't distribute that.
Well, we do brew a beer called Hemperor.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
you are the
Came out
Hemperor.
last
Yes,
year. We
that's
are the
right.
Hemperor, yes.
Yeah.
HPA, and it's brewed with hemp seeds,
Yep.
hemp hearts. So that may change a little bit. now.
AVS Media Demo.
The agricultural side
Sure.
of hemp coming around to many states, so that will
Yeah.
probably change as far as the
Always-
ingredients on that.
Yeah.
Always lends a new term to the dankness of a beer at that
Yeah.
point. You know.
Yeah, our advertising says dank AF, which is
AVS Media Demo.
I know that one.
but it's a great balanced IPA. It's nothing, you
It
get
really
a lot
is.
of aroma
It's a
on
delicious
it.
beer. It
It really is.
huge.
You've had it, right?
I love it. I think it's good beer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of my favorites from New Belgium
love
because there's I think
AVS Media Demo.
a lot of good flavor, but it's the aroma is amazing. It's it's a great aroma anyway, but it's a great flavored beer. I think it's a really good tasting beer. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've haven't gotten to try that one yet.
And when you
but-
open one up, the whole bar knows you opened
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yep,
AVS Media Demo.
that is for sure.
Or they think something else is going on.
well, yeah, hey,
But it's delicious.
it's But if you're in the bathroom and you smell that, then you're not thinking someone's opening a beer.
So before
AVS Media Demo.
talk a little about you and New Belgium, but let's start one of these first ones here. We got
Where you want to go
bring
first?
Let's go with Liquid Paradise.
Liquid Paradise.
Yeah, we need some of that right now with this nasty
Yeah.
rainy
Yeah, the
weather. And
The weather started up
I'm
again. I
tired
think it
of-
stopped raining again for half a second.
AVS Media
Is
Demo.
that
I'm
this one?
colorblind.
yeah,
He is.
the one
He's-
that's not black.
Well, I've got an amber one and I've got a
so
golden
the
one.
amber-
I'm going with the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what the amber is.
Yes.
I'm
I hope-
colorblind. Pam.
I hope
Good.
you do.
I know. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her.
AVS Media
I know.
Demo.
I set up all this equipment like 2 years ago, and no one ever told me Brendan when I first started. No one ever told me Brendan was colorblind. So all of our equipment is color coded, and so oddly enough, he can't help me set up anything. It's very.
Oh,
he's
wow,
very
that is
AVS Media Demo.
I'm really not colorblind.
How do I get a
yeah.
job like that?
I'm
Unless
pretty
Pat
sure-
believes it, then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's lying most of the time.
Right.
But you know.
Ooh, it
So
smells
this
good.
is
So this is Liquid Paradise.
and your Voodoo Rangers is it that's a series
It's a
basically.
series.
All your IPAs are
AVS
Voodoo
Media
Rangers?
Demo.
Pretty much,
Okay.
yes. So we have this Voodoo Ranger, which we originally started with just Ranger and Rampant. I don't know if you guys remember those at all, but Rampant was our
Yeah.
Imperial. Voodoo Ranger was just Ranger at the time. That was our first IPA we ever brewed as a company. And
AVS Media
we
Demo.
had some new management in town, or some new management in charge of us a couple years back, and decided to kind of give it a refresh and change the name. Kind of became Ranger was just kind of then your grandpa's IPA per se,
Right.
because
Right.
everything is kind of
AVS Media Demo.
different styles of IPAs. So we decided to kind of freshen up and kind of keep the times and do some different varietals. And this is kind of where we came up with this Rotator series. So Voodoo Ranger Rotator, it's in 6-pack cans, it's in draft. It changes every 3 to 4 months, so this will be here till
AVS Media
April,
Demo.
and then we roll with Juicifer, which
Juicifer?
yeah. So
I'm interested in the juice. What's the is that is that a NEPA style, or are you going or is it still
no,
just
we have Juicy Haze as our NEPA.
Okay.
I love that everyone says NEPA. I'm a sales rep, and I had no idea that we were calling.
AVS Media Demo.
And I heard
It's
you're one
just
of your
Pat.
podcasts. And I'm like, that shit's cool. That sounds awesome.
we've been calling it NEPA
We've been
for
at-
years.
yeah.
Yeah, I
now.
love it. I guess
Yeah, we're
slang,
lazy.
but
Mainly because we're in Indiana, we're not allowed to say names.
AVS Media Demo.
yeah, why would you want to? No,
Exactly.
just kidding. No. I think because of our name Juicy Haze, so a lot of people would call it, the hazy IPA. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But,
Yeah.
I like NEPA better. But this is Liquid Paradise. Again, a lot of tropical notes.
AVS
We've got
Media
have you guys
Demo.
heard about this Mosaic Incognito? So have you heard of Incognito?
Not the incognito, no.
So Incognito is, and I don't know a lot about it. I know it's pretty proprietary out west, but it's an actual, the way that they
AVS Media Demo.
actually try to get the hop oils. So it's extracted.
Okay.
So it's like an extraction basically of the hop oils.
Right.
So they have this incognito process, and it's not proprietary to New Belgium. I believe
Right.
Stone Brewing maybe kind of started it, but
AVS
breweries out
Media
that are kind
Demo.
of experimenting with it, and we're one of them. So this is kind of the first time we've ever tried this Mosaic Incognito.
Well, I can smell the mosaic,
Yeah.
but not the mosaic profile. Yeah, I kind of can get that because it's there, but a lot of times when you throw
AVS Media
mosaic on it,
Demo.
it's just
Oh,
it's
yeah.
awful overpowering, and it's just that's the typical IPA I think that I was originally exposed to was just I think mosaic hops was just all over the place. It was
AVS
just
Media
super mosaic
Demo.
hopped.
It got big. Everybody was brewing with it because,
Yeah.
and I think it's kind of hard to find now. But I think it's one of my favorite hops, that Mosaic, because it's just a clean, big tropical flavor out of it.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, this is awesome.
AVS Media Demo.
The nose is not too overpowering. An easy IPA. Clark, not big IPA as he learns more, but I don't know how are you feeling on the Liquid Paradise there, Mr. Grizz?
It's pretty good.
AVS Media Demo.
I'll take it.
What are you getting out of it? I mean, like so, we're getting I get a little of that citrusy kind of, a little citrusy, little piney.
Yeah, you
Yes,
definitely
there.
get the
AVS Media
You
Demo.
still get a little bit of that pineiness out of it, but you get a lot more of those just a clean tropical flavor, and it's bright and refreshing. I think Mosaic hop. It just
It's truthfully for me. It's
I don't get the
AVS
bitterness
Media
out of
Demo.
hops.
no.
It's a pretty lingering taste that you do get.
It's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good flavor to it, but it's not an overpowering flavor.
Right.
No.
Right, which a lot of the hops are. Sheila,
Yes.
how are you on this one? I mean, how long have you've had this one? You guys tapped this one.
AVS Media Demo.
Did you spill? Well, here. Be.
I think she's got that there too. But
Oh, that was the one you did spill, wasn't it?
Do you want some?
No, that is the big glass. That's the one right there.
Oh, is
That's the liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
that's
liquid
it.
paradise.
AVS
What's the
Media
other one
Demo.
that we had here?
Fat tire.
Fat
Yep,
tire.
That's the
those
fat
were the
tire one.
same.
Are you a big IPA?
I'm not.
No?
That one's not bad.
Yeah, I know you do. You like some of the CBA, or some
Yeah, I
of the
like dark
darker beers
beers.
and things like that. And
AVS
there's nothing wrong
Media
with that. I
Demo.
mean,
No.
Everybody's
I thought
got
I did
their
too,
thing.
Man. I thought I only liked dark beers, but just with being around more craft beers, it's all that. There's so many different hops, and like I said, Mosaic
Yeah.
is one I found that I really enjoy, and there's a lot of good IPAs out there. You just have to keep trying beer.
yeah,
There's a
AVS
time- I think
Media
there's a time
Demo.
and a place for every beer. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, I mean,
Yes.
everyone's like, oh, I hate this beer or that beer. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I don't think I hated a beer. I think that there's a time and place where
Oh,
you
I've
really
hated it.
appreciate it.
I've hated a couple beers, and there was no time or place for any of that at all.
AVS
And-
Media
and
Demo.
They haunt me at some points, but there are a couple.
Yes.
There are some breweries out there who, just, oh dear God, You're like, really?
Stop.
Yeah, please stop. Just, I'm really going with Band-Aid is not a flavor.
AVS Media Demo.
Band-Aid series.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure how you're gonna sell that,
Yeah.
and but okay,
Yeah.
sure. Some people just don't know, and
That
I
or
guess it sucks, and
cat
it hurts
pee.
the industry.
Have you heard of Cat
Cat
Pee?
pee, yeah.
Yeah.
What? No, what?
There's a beer called Cat.
AVS
there's
Media Demo.
Some flavors that you get from certain hops where
Ah.
it kind of maybe reminds you of cat pee
Well,
a
I-
little bit,
I
and
ha-
I don't know how to describe it in
Yeah.
a better way than saying cat
I
pee or horse
guess-
blanket. You've heard of horse
I
blanket.
know horse blanket,
Right?
but
I mean,
horse
that
blanket.
doesn't sound all that.
AVS
horse
Media
blanket can
Demo.
work though.
It
Horse
can
blanket
work.
works.
Yeah, cat pee works too.
No,
Believe
cat-
it or not.
I'm gonna go with cats never work, but and I'm not overly familiar because I'm not a big cat person, so I'm gonna go with I just really can't. I'm not gonna associate cat pee with beer ever.
AVS Media
Put that
Demo.
out of my mind and never think of that again.
So this is 7.8% alcohol.
Are you kidding
7,
me?
8?
No, I'm not.
Your liquid
Wow.
base is 7.8.
This is 7.8%.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
actually
get a lot
really
of
good.
people-
There's
yeah.
not a stickiness to it
No.
either.
No, I wouldn't have guessed
I
that
think
at
I think
all.
you're great on that. 'cause
AVS
granted,
Media
you start to get
Demo.
that 9/10s. That's when you start to get that sticky sweet stuff on it. Wow, I did not know that at all. Sheila, you have to warn your people about that.
It's like a dog leash. You should choke her collar. It goes too far.
AVS Media Demo.
No, the 7.8% is great. That's good, served nice and cold. This one's a decent one, and nice and clear. Everything's good. Yeah, I'm liking that. I haven't had this part of the Voodoo Ranger.
AVS Media
series,
Demo.
so,
It's pretty new, so yeah, fresh.
Awesome.
And it's in cans, which is cool. We just started canning a lot of our stuff. I mean, we've been canning a few brands here and there, a few of our styles, but this whole series will be in 6-pack cans, so
Okay.
it's kind of nice.
AVS Media Demo.
Cans are new. Have you guys?
Well, no, cans aren't new, but we just we
just this
decided
series.
to kind of
Oh, the
expand a lot of
rotators.
our styles that we have into
Okay,
cans,
I
which
gotcha.
is obviously super hot right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing cans and sustainable.
Well, the cost point, sustainable,
Yeah.
and it's got to be easier to.
AVS
Keep it
Media
fresher,
Demo.
you know,
Yeah.
fresher longer. So
Yeah.
all the above.
Awesome.
Do you have your own favorite style of beer, or do you like it all? What's your you have
No,
a
I-
go-to? Do you ever go to New Belgium?
I like fruit sours.
Yeah.
I like gozes. I like Berliner
I like her.
Weiss.
I like her.
AVS Media Demo.
You know what? I'm not a super imperial hoppy fan. Like I don't like. I mean, you can tell me something's jacked up with hops and doesn't excite me, but throw some fruit in there and I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
I'm big with
AVS Media Demo.
sours. I like. I'm still big. I like my darks, but Imperials get a little bit too much a lot of times. Sometimes for me, just because they get too sweet and they're done wrong. And again,
AVS
the high
Media
ABV
Demo.
just
That's what
limit,
kills
and it
me.
limits how much you can enjoy it.
exactly.
Some of that high ABV.
Yep.
But some of them are really good. I like. I'm getting into some of the older styles and other things like I'm digging Dunkels.
Oh,
Dunkels are really
Yep.
good.
AVS Media Demo.
Dunkels. A Rausch beer here and there is awesome. A little salty. Now, what's the other one? Not the porter. Is it the Imperial Porter or the what's the one that's more like a smoky port? The smoky porter one. Remember? Is that the Rausch?
AVS Media Demo.
Is that the Rausch
is
beer?
that.
Yeah. Okay.
I
That's
was gonna say
yeah.
Gratzer, but
Yeah,
And
but
they're,
yeah.
they're delicious, and you can only drink,
yeah.
Oh, but the
8 to 10
flavor
ounces,
profile.
and you gotta move on because
That's
they're-
what I
they're-
meant when I
they're-
said a time and a place for everything. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
kind of what I meant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I'd love to enjoy one of those. but
AVS
it's
Media
like,
Demo.
nice
Right.
enjoyment.
Yeah, you're not gonna sit and slam
Yeah, I
a 6-pack
can't
of
drink.
Rausch beer.
Yeah, I'm not going.
If
to
you
buy
are,
them.
I don't want to hang out with
yeah.
you. That's for sure.
At least not for very
Scare me.
long. No.
What can you tell us a little bit about just a little bit
AVS
about
Media Demo.
where they were at and where they came from? And
Sure. So we started out with our owner, Jeff Labesh, who actually went over to Belgium, like I said earlier, and wanted to kind of study Belgian-style beers, and he was a home brewer. And he was kind of going through the countrysides of Belgium. through the
AVS
Takeover,
Media
kind of
Demo.
tasting different beers and styles and kind of getting familiar. And while he was over there, he had his mountain bike, so he would drive through the mountains, or drive through the mountainsides and brewery to brewery, and all these Belgian brewers and Trappist breweries were like, who's that crazy American coming around with that fat tire bike?"
AVS Media
Because they
Demo.
had European bikes with the
Yeah.
thin tires,
Uh-huh.
like 10 speeds. And so when he came back, he was like, in honor of my trip, I'm going to brew beer. And he named it Fat Tire Amber Ale. And everyone was like, you're out of your flipping mind. No one's
Yeah.
going to drink a beer called Fat Tire.
AVS
Kinda along the lines
Media
of the Buddy
Demo.
thing. So I guess he wasn't real good marketing at that point. But he named it Fat Tire. And it was like they were selling it out of their basement. And it was him and his wife, Kim Jordan. And they started selling it out of their basement, selling it out of the back of their car.
AVS Media
Retailers,
Demo.
restaurants, bars would take it in Fort Collins, and and that's kind of what got us where we're at.
blew up.
Just
Yeah.
kind of got bigger and bigger, or we kept growing and growing, and did it very slowly, of course. And we just became national 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So we
AVS
weren't
Media
since 2
Demo.
years ago. That's just kind of a really slow
it's
process
only
that
been
we
2
have.
years.
Which I find odd because Fat Tire, I've known Fat Tire for a while. Fat
Yeah.
Tire, well, I wasn't a big beer drinker till probably a good 6 years ago before I was a liquor drinker.
AVS Media Demo.
Mainly because I had a bad experience as an early drinker
I can only imagine what you were drinking when that happened.
I was, sadly, I should not have been drinking, obviously, 'cause it was
AVS Media Demo.
but, a 6-pack of, your standard, and then a 40 of something trying to keep up with my older brother.
Right.
And I almost died that night. And so I didn't really drink beer for about 15 years after that.
AVS Media Demo.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
He holds a grudge.
Yeah, I held a grudge. Yeah, it just any smell of beer would just literally just like it was horrible flashbacks of oh my god, I almost died. Great, thanks.
I think we all have a liquor like that.
Yeah, I
don't
think
we?
yeah, we all
I
have a
think so.
story. Yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody's got a
AVS
story
Media
in the early
Demo.
days of their experimenting with
It took
drinking
me
and all
years
that.
to get to vodka, which
Really?
that,
You-
was-
oh,
that-
you-
that killed me.
Wow.
And it took me years to drink vodka again.
Yeah.
It was lime vodka, which I don't even
Ew.
know if they,
Oh.
yeah.
Sheila, what was
Exactly.
Sheila, what was it? What was
AVS
one-
Media
you have
Demo.
one
Tequila.
that you can't.
Mine's
Oh, yeah.
tequila.
You can't.
Still
Are you
not?
back to being able to drink it or no? You still can't.
Wow. I've got to hear that story.
Just the smell.
It's a long time.
Really?
Yeah, it's awful.
How many years has it been since you've?
AVS Media Demo.
Last year.
Yeah, no, it's been a while.
6 months ago.
Grizz,
I've got 2.
what? You have 2 things you can't drink?
Jim Beam,
Okay. I agree.
I agree with
I
you
agree
on
that all around.
That's
No,
just
just kidding.
smart.
Jägermeister.
Yeah.
AVS
Yeah.
Media Demo.
Again, 2 things you shouldn't be drinking.
Yeah, you shouldn't be drinking in the
Two
first place.
horrible products.
I'm sure they were in the form of shots, too. Nobody's mixing those drinks, those liquors.
Bottle is a bottle considered a shot?
AVS Media Demo.
Was 10 shots in a little over an hour.
Oh dear God! Yeah, that'll do it.
And the Jägermeister is about the same thing.
At the same time. Yeah, when you're mixing Beam and Jaeger at the same night, no, yeah, that's bad.
And I was drinking beer on top of all that.
Oh dear Lord! Yeah, okay.
AVS Media Demo.
Rough
Rough
week
next
after.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rough week after.
The one with the Jägermeister, I drove home. Don't remember.
Oh,
I remember,
yeah, that's
I
early
remember
days.
stopping
Being dumb, yeah, when we were dumb.
and getting kicked in my front yard because I was still at my mom and dad's house.
Oh,
AVS Media Demo.
Me laying in the front yard, my dad coming out there kicking me.
why does this sound like a country music song?
It does.
Is your dad Kenny Chesney?
Oh, God.
AVS Media Demo.
I don't know. I picked a random country singer. That's all I do.
Probably the worst one
So
that you
many
picked.
I know we're awful.
Did I say we? Is this?
Where we
is
at
this
next?
So
AVS Media Demo.
yeah.
Well,
Beer.
no, we
We're
were
talking
switching
about
up
new
your
Belgian beer.
staple, one of your staples, and that would be Fat Tire. My brother, to this day, still drinks Fat Tire.
I think
Well, I hope so.
even if you don't know people who aren't into craft beer, they know Fat Tire.
Yeah.
You know what I
sure.
mean? It's
Yeah.
kind of that staple, even from across the country. That
AVS Media Demo.
around, they know that Bell's Two Hearted and Fat Tire. Those, I think, too. You go anywhere, they know those beers, even if they're not huge craft beer drinkers. If they see it,
Yeah.
give me a Fat
oh,
Tire.
hey, there, give me a Fat Tire.
because they know they.
They know it's something that's good if
AVS
it's not a good
Media
selection or
Demo.
anything. I mean, it's still a tasty beer.
It
There's
is.
nothing
It
wrong
is,
with it. It's
yeah.
just it's actually more pervasive than in a lot of places that you wouldn't think you can get it. Like my brother lives in Cool, Texas. Okay, Cool, Texas.
AVS
There's one
Media
flashing yellow
Demo.
light, and it's right in front of their house. It's population of like 2,000. It's like an hour and a half west of Dallas Fort Worth, and it's tiny. Their staple beers in middle of Texas are Bud Light, Miller Lite,
AVS Media Demo.
Yep.
and some of the weird little Texas brands, whatever. But and Fat Tire, and he grabs Fat Tire. It's because it's a good craft beer, and people don't think. I think sometimes it gets a little bit of an off rat. It is still a
AVS
craft brewery. You
Media
guys are a craft
Demo.
brewery.
Yes,
Just
we
because
are.
you're bigger,
Yep.
you're still a craft brewery, though. It's just that you have marketed yourselves well and gotten yourselves into the lots of different markets that you can.
Yeah, and that's
Like you
really the
said.
hard part, especially now with all the small breweries coming up, and we obviously
AVS Media
that's when we
Demo.
started, right? 29, 30 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the hardest part is letting people know we're still around. We brew some great beers, and we try to stay relevant, and we try to stay fresh with things like Liquid Paradise. And
The Voodoo Ranger series still has a
incredible.
great following.
AVS
It has a
Media
great
Demo.
following. It's not been. It's still top of mind. When
Yeah.
people the Voodoo Ranger, sure, yeah, I'll have one of those. It's
For
a great,
sure.
It's a great
Yeah.
solid IPA.
yeah, the best thing we've done was refresh that whole brand with the liquids
Yeah.
and making that whole series of.
AVS Media Demo.
Obviously, the graphics help and the marketing helps too, but
Oh, yeah.
it's the solid liquid.
Yeah.
The solid
Yep.
liquid. I've not had anybody tell me that they do not like Ranger or Imperial. So so we're really happy and it's great success for us.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're really lucky.
AVS
Indiana's
Media
actually one of
Demo.
the larger, volume states for Imperial itself,
Really?
which is
Oh,
the
really?
9%er. That's our 9%
Oh, yeah.
Voodoo Ranger. That is just on fire. 6-packs, 12-packs,
Yeah,
draft.
we're alcoholics.
Well, I'll tell you what it started. It started because it was it cost the
AVS
same for
Media
that
demo.
as it did with Fat Tire.
Oh, awesome
So,
price! Your price point was
yeah.
spectacular.
And you're getting 9% alcohol. Yeah. So tell me, we're the
Yeah.
Can I give it? Yeah, I'm gonna grab a 6-pack of that versus a 6-pack. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
you got it.
If you're doing the math, yeah, we're good. Yeah, that's solid.
AVS Media
You got great
demo.
college
Indiana.
well, you also got Indiana, huge college towns everywhere. And you get a little good college. You got the college base. As the older college kids and all that.
Sure.
It's they've grown up on all this now too.
AVS
This is what they
Media
do, Fat
demo.
Tire, any new Belgium brands. Any of the regular. This is what they grew up. They grew up on
Right.
craft
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
odd talking to kids in college now, and
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, they don't drink Bud Light
Yeah.
or Miller Light or Natty Light or
Which is
any of that
nice.
stuff. That we have.
AVS Media demo.
Yeah.
Think about what we grew up on, and it's like,
yeah.
Yeah, lucky
oh
bastards.
man, I'm like 25 years too late.
Yeah.
All that crap I drank, my gut would be so much happier. That's
How
it
could we
goes.
honestly drink that much Natty Light?
AVS Media
Ice
demo.
House and
Keystone.
everything. Keystone. Oh.
All right, stop. I'm getting a stomach ache. Thinking about it.
Hey, you can't.
That or that cheese that's sitting right there is ready to. Nacho cheese. So Fat Tire Amber Ale, yeah, that's
AVS Media demo.
there. It's an amazing beer. It is an extremely hard beer for us to brew. Everyone thinks that, because
Really?
of its success and how much volume we do, it's always been an extremely balanced beer, and it's an extremely hard beer for us to balance.
AVS Media demo.
Taste or to
Sure.
kind of have that backbone of the maltiness and the sweetness of it without getting it too hopped up. And
Right.
so yeah, it's crazy. It's just an amazing beer, and we're not going anywhere with it. I mean, it's our flagship. It's
Right.
brought us to the dance.
AVS Media
Very proud of
demo.
it and always try to push it wherever we can.
Definitely.
But I love it because you talked about Fat Tire, and everybody kind of knows, even if you're in the smallest joint in wherever Texas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And people always have a Fat Tire story. Oh, I remember my first Fat Tire.
Yeah.
And they always go on and
AVS
pull
Media
up.
demo.
That's why I love coming to these events, because people have stories, and that's what we kind of grew our culture on, is stories about Fat Tire and
Right.
and people and friends and experiences, and it's kind of what
Well,
the feels that we get
Your
from
corporate
the brewery.
culture is like
AVS
that, right?
Media
You guys are
demo.
all employee owned, right?
We are employed 100%.
Yeah, all still everything's
Yep,
still hanging out with the
employee-owned,
yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep.
Is it
I've been there 13 years.
Oh,
so
dang.
all in Indiana. So I've been here for a while, and yeah, it's great. Our culture is really
AVS Media demo.
open arms, open book management. We see the books. We are open to voting on everything that we need to do as a company, and
We are
our
registered-
strategies.
I think I was researching your registered B Corp as well,
Yep,
so
yep,
you guys
registered B Corp,
specifically
recertified.
open and that you guys
AVS Media demo.
rules for that as far as staying transparency
Exactly.
and everything like that, and that's
Exactly.
there's not a lot of them. It's a growing part of really just giving back and making sure you're transparent and also giving back and doing other things with the company towards your community. and all that,
AVS
right?
Media
Yep.
Really
demo.
just pushing that B Corp philosophy and really just giving back and having fun with it. And,
Well, it's just,
and
it's about being responsible.
Right.
Being responsible for what, to our community, to the earth, to everything. Just doing things for the right
AVS
reasons.
Media demo.
And you don't hear a lot
money's
about
obviously got to be there,
that.
but
Well, it's
yeah.
got to be there, but yeah. But I mean, I think we feel our strategy is, if we do all those other things right, then the money comes.
Well,
You know
what
I mean? So-
happened? I mean, where was the shift to New Belgium really growing so big?
AVS Media demo.
Well, what happened? I mean, obviously, you guys have expanded huge in the last few years. Do you know what you think?
I don't know
Was
if
it
we
just
can really.
the scene itself,
Yeah,
but
I
you guys
think
were
the
a
craft
staple
scene-
for so long?
I
and
think the
then-
craft scene's done it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean, I think that.
AVS Media
Right,
demo.
and I think that, but we had a really nice, slow business plan to make sure that the markets that we did open, we did it slowly and right, and not just throw a bunch of stuff
No
and see what sticks.
overextension.
Right, exactly. So that's kind of, and when we rolled markets, we usually roll with just 1 or 2 packages. So we would roll with bombers. Like
AVS Media
Bombers,
demo.
we rolled Indiana in draft, and that's all we did for the first 6 months to kind of get people welcome to New Belgium and kind of figure out what it is, and it's coming, and get them excited. And that's kind of why our plan is the way it is, and it's worked, and it's great. So I really don't know if there's one thing that
AVS Media demo.
obviously try to reinvent ourselves all the time and try to come
Like I
up with
said,
new
I think
stuff.
it was probably great that you guys you've been around for almost 30 years,
Mhm.
and then when the craft beer boomed, that industry boomed, you guys were there.
We're
so
kinda already
you're,
there,
You know,
Yeah.
so and everybody knew
AVS Media demo.
For
really
sure.
helped expand. And
For
So
sure.
what's the future like? What's the goals? I mean, what's
Staying relevant. That
Yeah.
is the goal. You know what I mean? Because I mean, think about it. Like we were looked at, some of the younger kids today, and want to say,
AVS Media Demo.
the local stuff. Obviously, local is huge,
Sure.
and we respect that, and I respect the hell out of that. And there's not a brewery locally. I don't care what liquid they're putting out. I respect them, and I try them, and I just think that it's about that. I mean, that's about the culture,
AVS Media Demo.
I don't like to hear people say like, well, they don't like one brewery or another, and it's like.
Yeah.
I know there's not a lot of room for everybody, but at the same time, it's just such a great culture to just enjoy beer and to
Yeah.
enjoy beer together. You might not like everybody, or you might not like the
AVS Media Demo.
I just feel that we're all doing the same thing, just trying to, make
Yeah.
our way.
And that definitely has to be a battle, because if you've been around for as long as you were, I mean, New Belgium. I mean, if you look at it, New Belgium's one of the. You guys are the one. some of those
AVS
early
Media Demo.
Beer stuff. You've been around a
Yeah.
long time. Ooh, craft before it was craft. Now there's a lot of new stuff, and yes, you've got the younger, the newer generation of growing up craft, and they're like, I can see how that can be a difficult
AVS
battle
Media
there trying
Demo.
to, maintain that relevancy, because sometimes they'll look at you going, "Oh, you're actually
Yeah,
old.
you're not the cool
you're
kid
old
on the
school.
block
Yeah.
anymore.
You're old
You're
school.
old school, right?
And
We call OG. We
oh,
say
that's
OG.
that's what my parents used to drink,
Yeah.
because technically, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
AVS Media Demo.
Because they were craft pioneers actually, and you didn't know it.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, I can get how that can be kind of oddly difficult and a definite struggle sometimes in that.
But that's what's
And
cool is
also,
that there's,
and the image of
AVS Media
craft
Demo.
because you are larger, and sometimes there's
Yes.
an incorrect image on what's craft. What is craft? Oh, just because you got bigger and you actually distribute to all 50 states, does that mean you're not craft anymore? But
Yeah.
no, you really are. 'cause
AVS Media
you're trying
Demo.
different things. It's you're brewing and you're experimenting, and yet you're still making some consistency.
Yeah, and we have
Right?
some of the most passionate people at the brewery that make these beers and create these beers and take them on as their babies. And it's just, you know what? People can talk
AVS
all day
Media
about,
Demo.
the cool kids or the, whoever's hot and up and coming, but we just have such solid people at the brewery. Our brewery people are just amazing, and we all respect the hell out of each other, and we love working with each other. And I know it sounds like this.
AVS Media
We
Demo.
all love each other and smoke a lot of weed out there, but that's not. But seriously, I'm in Indiana, and I feel the love. We have Fort Collins, and then we also have Asheville. I don't know if you guys were aware that we opened our second brewery in Asheville, North Carolina. It's an amazing place.
AVS
And,
Media
yeah, so
Demo.
we're just really, really proud, passionate people. And I don't care if you're talking to a brewer, you're talking to a sales rep. I'm a ranger, by the way, not really. We don't call ourselves sales reps. We're rangers.
Rangers.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to explain that when you're 57 years old.
AVS Media Demo.
But anyway.
Oh no, just talk to the nerd. It's very
yeah, exactly. The nerds
yeah.
think I'm cool. That's all that matters. So yeah.
very
so
Lord of the
it's,
Ring. Very Lord of the Rings. There you go.
So Asheville just gonna be an extension, or is there gonna be some maybe new stuff coming?
AVS Media
Just a
Demo.
separate distribution.
Just
a
totally
brewery
separate.
for-
Yeah, it was
Okay.
just so we could service the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, for distribution purposes. So
Okay.
that's kind of how that happens. We at our liquid centers we have different stuff going on at each. So it's not like we have the same beers being poured, but
Right.
because they've got experimental
AVS
stuff they do
Media
in Nashville
Demo.
and what they do in Fort Collins. So they'll have some
Gotcha.
fun, weird stuff on tap that we can't get out here, which is kind of a bummer. But it's still, I get it.
I like the experimental stuff.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Except for ours.
Well, yes, our experimental beers are
AVS Media
our
Demo.
experimental garage beers don't really work out sometimes.
But that's the fun of it. It's the
It
experience
is.
of making
It is. It
you have
is
to
actually
drink 'em.
fun. yeah. But we have to drink them, and it's not really. We're still working on it. We'll start up our new blind
AVS
taste series
Media
this,
Demo.
this spring as we get to start brewing again. But hey, let's take a break
Yep,
real quick.
take a break.
Quick break, and then we'll come back and we will hit the. Is it the
1554.
1554?
Yeah.
Let Lisa make some rounds. She's gotta get around.
Yeah, I
and
gotta
see
make
people.
some
AVS Media Demo.
And then we'll be right back.
We'll be back later.
Cheers.
If you're a craft beer guy who can't get it nearby, do yourself a favor and log into Takeover.
Hi, this is Mel from Alley's Ale House. Come check us out for the best local and craft beer selection in Hamilton
AVS
County
Media
and the most
Demo.
amazing craft food on the north side. We've always got something going on, whether it be poker, euchre, live music, or DJ bingo. You can check us out on Facebook or on our website, bulletpinheads.com.
It's Jerry with Beer Brewery. You're listening
AVS
to the great
Media
show,
Demo.
Blind Pig Confessions.
All right, hey.
Hey.
So, that's Pigs.
Hey.
Grizz.
What's up?
Dougy.
Hey.
Pelly G.
What's happening?
What's up?
Well, so,
Lisa's our new Belgium rep. She's
AVS Media Demo.
Weather's been a little rough here.
Playing Plinko.
in Winamac. So still, but it's still early. Actually, more people coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Another group just came in. She's playing Plinko. She's giving away prizes. New Belgium people doing well. Everything's good. We'll
AVS Media
talk
Demo.
about the other beer we're drinking on that, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
the
a good
last
beer.
sample she's got, we're all drinking because
We are drinking now, 'cause it's actually a really good beer.
It's a really good beer. So,
Yeah, you were a little worried about it earlier, but you thought it was something different.
yeah, I thought it was a black IPA.
Yeah, it's not a
AVS Media Demo.
Pleased,
pleasantly surprised,
pleasantly pleased.
awkwardly confused.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, wow, that's
As most times.
it's not hoppy at all.
No, yeah, like why is this not hoppy at all? This is a horrible IPA.
That's the maltiest IPA I've ever
AVS Media Demo.
Because
I like this. I think
yeah,
it's
it
really
is.
good beer.
Yeah, well, and hopefully she'll be able to expand on it more for where it came from and all that. Because
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
actually haven't seen it before.
No, I don't know this. Yeah, I don't know.
AVS Media Demo.
I have no idea.
I don't
I've
either.
never heard of it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Wouldn't it?
Or
Ooh.
something they
And we're just
sell
teasing the
there and
listeners.
don't- I don't know.
Yeah, we're teasing the listeners.
Yeah.
But no, show's going good. We're still here. Tippy is one of our little
AVS
home away from
Media
homes, and,
Demo.
it's a good place to just have a few craft beers and good pizza and just chill out.
Pizza, and they got whiskey now.
They do have
Get some
liquor now.
whiskey.
Oh wait, Grizz, did you get your did you get Becky a fishbowl? yet?
AVS Media Demo.
Nope.
Why not? Becky, you get a fishbowl yet? Oh, she needs to get a fishbowl. We got like the huge giant fish bowls with like the floating Swedish fish in it. It's basically just giant alcohol cocktail.
AVS Media
No
Demo.
clue.
Oh, you don't know.
I'm gonna go with some blue curacao because it's blue. Almost every fishbowl type drink has that kind of blue curacao in it. But
I have
no,
no idea
I have
what's in
no
it.
clue what's in it. You'd have to look it up. If Sheila were here, we'd ask her. But Sheila's busy making
AVS Media Demo.
with all the people here. So, I don't know.
Sweetest fish.
You're useless.
Why don't you know?
Because I don't research. I have a limited amount of time I can research. I expect other people to pull their weight.
AVS
and I
Media
should
Demo.
really have quit expecting other people to pull their weight. See what I'm saying?
Hey, I've got a lot of weight to pull.
I know. Exactly. See, why can't you? What's the problem here?
I'll find out.
Oh no!
I need to know.
AVS
Becky needs to
Media
know.
Demo.
Yeah, go find it.
Get
You,
one
you
from-
can actually probably just look at it online too, but I don't know. But who knows?
I guess we could.
You know.
Yes, but everybody makes it different, right?
Yeah. that's
I
true.
guess I make it different from the way they make it. Oh, somebody spilled something. It sounds like just put that anywhere.
AVS Media Demo.
You remember any of those concoctions like, they had the hairy buffaloes, but everybody makes them different.
Yeah.
We had one called Strip and Go Naked. It was like, it was actually pretty good. It was,
I thought that was a
Constant-
night on tequila.
what's that?
I thought that was a night on tequila.
Well, it is.
AVS Media Demo.
It's actually one of the only things that's not in it is tequila. But it's like concentrated lemonade with beer and vodka.
That sounds awful.
It's
sounds
delicious.
No.
It is
No.
absolutely
No.
delicious. At least when I was 22.
AVS Media
I
Demo.
don't know
I bet you
now if
wouldn't
I
like
could
it.
drink it and
I
think it
bet
was
you
the
wouldn't
same.
like it now.
I don't know.
No, we all
But
thought
we
shit.
drink the shit out of it.
Yeah, I
and-
used to think Hot Damn and Goldschlager were awesome
No,
when
I
I was
never thought.
22.
See, I never thought that was good either. I never liked.
Well,
that
we were
shit.
all
It's
stupid when we
sweet.
were 22.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's
AVS
awful. Why would you
Media
make fucking
Demo.
Lemonade powder and beer.
Huh?
Concentrated lemonade. I'm guessing like that would mean lemonade powder or something.
No. The solid, the frozen concentrate lemonade.
Lemonade. Okay, and
You
beer.
throw this frozen lemonade blocks in there.
AVS Media
Beer
Demo.
was like a case of beer, maybe 6 of those lemonade things.
Did
and
you
a
open
couple
the
bottles
beer,
of
or
vodka.
did you open the beer, or were the beer still in cans just floating around next to the?
No, we opened the beer.
Okay, just
No.
checking.
Just a cheapo beer. Throw it in there with lemonade and vodka.
AVS Media Demo.
I know, but it worked, and the women went nuts.
I mean, Harry
Guys
Buffalo
went
was.
nuts. Yeah, this was not Harry Buffalo. This stuff was just straight up vodka and beer.
Because we never mixed liquor and beer at that point. When you're making a drink,
AVS
if you're making something
Media
like that, it's a
Demo.
straight up
Remember, you're
liquor
talking
drink.
about Douglas's.
Oh, that's true. It's the Douglases. It's yeah.
How do we get drunker quicker?
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure you take the beer out and just put more liquor in it. Well, you've gotten you drunker quicker.
AVS Media Demo.
No. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
no,
don't.
that's horrible. Yeah,
That's
no.
fucking stupid.
You remember when, I don't know if you remember this, it was...
That's
Clark's,
a give-in,
Clark's
dude.
intrigued. He's like,
This
what?
was I think it might have been 5, maybe within the last 10 years. There was a thing going
AVS
around
Media
where
Demo.
You could, you know, the vaporizers, or basically almost like a nebulizer. You know, like they use for taking medicine and stuff in, and people were nebulizing freaking vodka. You remember that?
No.
Did you ever see that?
No.
Yeah, people were for it happened within the
AVS
last, like, 10
Media
years, people
Demo.
were pouring vodka into the nebulizers and just straight up like inhaling vodka.
Whoa, what did I walk into?
Exactly.
So
yes.
we would take this was Navy days. We would take
Yeah.
a shot glass, 2 shot glasses with vodka.
AVS Media
Tip one
Demo.
over, so you had the little swell on the bottom, the one, and fill that with vodka, and then you'd fill the other one with vodka. So you'd take your shot of vodka, and then you would snort the other one.
Ew.
And it would go right to your brain. Yeah, it was.
That
I guess-
explains a
AVS
lot.
Media Demo.
Right,
I was,
explain
I,
it.
was,
It
I,
might
was,
explain
I,
it.
was, I was a little fucked up before that.
It might
but
explain-
yeah.
But that didn't help.
No,
Does
probably not.
does that explain any of the tattoos?
No. Those were all before that. Yeah. It was funny because you see
AVS Media Demo.
do that snort and run down
That's
the hallway.
ridiculous.
I mean, just because it goes. I mean, it's like goes into your brain.
Well, yes, it's called being retarded.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. How did
But
you
you
not
know,
get
we're in
like,
the
kicked
Navy.
off
We
the boat?
can't do it. We can't smoke dope.
AVS
you know?
Media
It's like,
Demo.
snort some vodka. Yeah, it made no sense, but it did to us at the time.
No.
I think it was.
No.
I think where it came from was, and I won't say his name because I don't want to. But I think it was something they were doing in Germany. I guess,
AVS Media
some
Demo.
weird phenomenon. So then somebody read about it somewhere and said, "Hey, that would be a really smart thing to try and do."
Yeah,
and
it
we
goes
did it-
along with the guys who were nebulizing vodka as
And
well.
we're like,
It's
"No, that's ridiculous," but we did it for weekends.
yeah.
A lot of it.
No, I can't.
AVS Media Demo.
No, I can't. Of course, I was a whore. I was way worse of a control freak than I am now. You know, my earlier years. So I could
Yeah.
not have done that. That would have been way too out of control. I mean, 10 or 12.
AVS
151
Media
Coke is
Demo.
Fine, but I'm not gonna snort fucking vodka. That's just stupid.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Drinking a bottle of 151 a night. Yeah, I can
Made
do
sense.
that.
Made sense at the time.
Yeah. No, didn't make sense. And no, it never made
AVS
sense.
Media Demo.
Y'all were just way too cooped up in that friggin' giant
Submarine.
submarine. Yeah. Yeah, you and your metal tube and all your semen in your tube. You fucking crazy anchor clanker.
AVS Media Demo.
We weren't in the tube at the time. We were,
You were on the poop deck. Oh, just kidding. We love our armed forces.
AVS Media Demo.
My dad loves that one. Well, my uncle was a submariner.
was he?
Yes, he was.
So you ask him what we call them.
I
We call our
can't. I
coveralls
really,
poopy suits.
I
and
really
they're
can't
all-
ask him anything anymore.
Oh my goodness!
AVS Media Demo.
Yeah, did you get one?
There's no fish in there.
You ordered one. You didn't get her one.
Is that for her?
We can share.
No. That's all you.
No, slam it.
No, slam it.
What?
So we
Are you
got
trying to kill me?
Snort it.
AVS Media Demo.
You got the Tippy's fish bowl.
I thought there was Swedish fish in
There
there.
is. There should be
Oh,
a
there
Swedish
is?
fish in there.
Maybe they're out of fish.
No, I
Maybe
saw her.
it's a
No, she had like
high-
she had like 10 bags of Swedish
Well,
fish.
I'm not sure what happened, but that got Becky back to the table.
Yeah, sure did.
AVS Media
Getting
Demo.
one as well. There's supposed to be Swedish fish in there.
I'm really okay sharing this because
No, you're not. But you might be okay sharing it, but Becky's not.
bad.
She's on vacation. All right.
I am.
She had no kids.
AVS
no dog,
Media Demo.
Just Clark.
I need a vacation.
Just the
from me,
grizz.
too.
Just the grizz.
Well, if we take a guy's trip, you can have your vacation. away
There you
from
go. See?
Can I go on a cruise?
Sure.
No.
You can go on a cruise down to
AVS Media Demo.
You could
that.
yes. You can set the cart cruise control.
That's not fun.
You said cruise.
On a
You
boat.
gotta be specific. Oh, okay. I can't help you there.
Yeah, you can cruise
AVS
down the
Media
water.
Demo.
There you go. On a kayak or something. Grab the canoe.
It's canoeing.
It's boating. It's a boat of sorts. It's just a canoe boat. You can go
AVS
canoodling
Media Demo.
with the Grizz. I don't know what's happening. What are we doing? I don't know. We're just chatting on this one. We're waiting for Lisa. Lisa's still doing her rounds for the New Belgium people, having fun at Tippy's. There's no we
AVS
need to get her some
Media
fish.
Demo.
The fish seem to be missing from her
I'm waiting for him to try.
bowl. But hey, it happens. Give me fish. Where's
Yeah,
my Swedish
I thought
fish?
she was going to go find out what was in it. She just got herself one.
I know, that's what I said too.
Hold on.
What was it?
AVS Media Demo.
Vodka, coconut rum, peach tree, blue,
Curacao.
yeah,
I
Sprite,
took-
sweet and sour, and pineapple juice.
So
That's pronounced seat and sour.
AVS Media Demo.
I think I see a fish at the
Spelling,
bottom.
please.
There's a fish at the bottom.
It's
got-
dead.
Yeah, no, the fish is dead if he floats. The fish isn't floating. He's just at the bottom of the...
Ah, he's all right. He's got gills.
Oh, I do see fish.
She found a fish.
Right there.
AVS Media
False
Demo.
advertising. The pictures look much better than... No, just kidding.
Yeah, she was opening up like 50 packets of Swedish
She was
fish.
when we were
Yeah.
sitting there.
And there's no way that there's 50 people getting these.
Oh, well, you know, you got to ration them out, man. They're
AVS Media Demo.
Exactly.
So is it good?
It is.
Oh, yes. It's
But I
really?
don't think I better.
It's a straight up
drink
grill.
more.
Oh, no, you're finishing that one because I want to see what happens.
Oh, hell no.
I want to see what happens.
I think I could snort this whole
How's it,
glass.
Becky?
Oh, do not.
AVS Media Demo.
She'll finish hers before you finish yours. Oh, shit, you got another pizza?
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Good Lord.
We didn't finish the first one.
Oh, Grizz. Grizz going to be in trouble tonight.
AVS Media Demo.
Okay.
You're gonna be they might be crashing in your living room until they can drive to
It's actually not
Rochester.
bad.
Brennan, they
What?
might be crashing in your living room until they can drive.
You try that?
No, no.
AVS Media
I'm
Demo.
gonna drink it anyways.
Coconutty. It's not bad. It's good.
It's a girly fruity
It's a
drink.
girly drink.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I was supposed to stop. Sorry. There you go. There,
Not
I
bad.
drank half of it.
AVS Media Demo.
Girls. Right, Becky? Lightweights. It's all right. I did a 3-hour show with her like a month ago, and she can't remember
AVS
any of
Media Demo.
I
I shit-
remember part.
No, you
of it?
can't. No, only because of the pictures you have on your phone, and you're really not
No,
sure.
I didn't remember
And you're
the
really not
pictures on
sure
my
what
phone.
context those pictures came in.
No.
Yeah, we were talking. She couldn't remember.
I knew.
AVS Media Demo.
You were taking a ton of pictures.
I know what happened to him because they are not on our page at all.
And I looked and I was like, whoa,
She sent me,
where'd
like,
those
two.
come from?
Yeah. The telephoto lens of my. Never mind.
AVS Media Demo.
No, I kept my pants on. Don't worry, it's okay. I swear. Don't look at me like that, Becky.
So we're back at Tippy's. And,
AVS Media Demo.
This is our BPC North. This is our blind pick confessions kind of North home.
yeah,
And
and
you
this
know,
is
as Allie's was
the-
for our central
A good
thing.
example is we have liquor now. So
We do have
liquor
liquor,
drinks and cocktails, in which we didn't
which
have
means our
before,
shows are
so-
going to get really awful
AVS Media Demo.
at this point.
Yeah.
Holy shit, hour 3 is going to be awful.
We gotta get Lisa
We will have to get Lisa
actually,
on before we
get Lisa
finish up.
and Sheila liquored up.
Oh,
so they can
goodness.
Just, talk about we need to get some.
AVS Media Demo.
Be awesome. Yeah, Lisa might not be able to. She's still representing. You know, we gotta be good to our peoples.
We'll change her name.
Hour 3.
for
There
hour
we go.
3.
Yeah, hour 3.
We'll call her Warren.
AVS Media Demo.
Alice. Hey, Alice. That works. All right, we're gonna actually break here again, and we'll be right back.
Take a break, get Lisa back on.
Lisa back, and we're gonna finish up with our last New Belgium
AVS
beer.
Media Demo.
We gotta get her
Takeover.
on, yeah.
Solid one of the night, man. I've been drinking this since we got here at like 3.
Yeah.
So cheers, man. We'll be right back.
Cheers.
Hey, this is Jim Boris from the Backstep Brewing Company in beautiful downtown Crawfordsville, and you are listening to
AVS Media Demo.
I'm Busey.
This is Chili from
Dos
Dos Ringos.
Ringos.
You're listening to Blind Pig Confession.
Woo!
Holy cow.
Holy
That's a
cow.
big glass of beautiful.
There's a big blue, beautiful.
Hey, that was a perfect segment in because
AVS Media Demo.
beautiful glass.
That is
of,
really nice.
black
oh, this
lager.
stuff is awesome.
Pat and I got here around 3:30ish.
He was all scared.
I was.
Because number one, he can't read. And he's
can't see
colorblind.
color.
And he's colorblind. So apparently he thought it was a
AVS
gray
Media
lager.
Demo.
He thought it was gray. He was like, why is this beer gray?
It's my favorite beer, gray beer.
But so right now there's a big thing right now, and this actually, I know we call it the NEPA, the
AVS
New
Media
England
Demo.
IPAs were a controversial style for a while there, and they're actually now a officially BJCP recognized style. And one of the new ones coming out now that is very controversial as well, and we're very, very split on this.
AVS Media Demo.
Was the Black IPA, which is not, I don't think, officially recognized yet.
I don't believe so. No, it's still
Exactly.
As far as I know, it's not.
And it shouldn't
Right.
be, and I hope it never is.
Aw.
No, I just it's
But
not
that's-
for me. I
right.
just don't.
But that's what he.
AVS
when he
Media
came in, he
Demo.
saw the 1554, right? Is that what this one is?
Yes,
Yeah.
He thought it was
A black
IPA, and so he ordered
like,
one.
I'll try it.
I'll try it because we're here. We're gonna we gotta try it. And he sat there for like 20 minutes, and he's still drinking it. and
AVS
eventually
Media
goes,
Demo.
this freaking IPA, there's no hops in this shit at all.
I was like, this is malty. This is nice. I can't believe it's an IPA. And he's like, it's not, you dummy. I was like, oh, it's a lager.
And then
That's
later, and then he
awesome.
later also still in there. He's like, is this
AVS
like,
Media
so that's
Demo.
the Voodoo Ranger 1554? I'm like, no. Okay, you're completely wrong on everything for this poor beer today.
Well, you know what? In your to say for sure, we did a black IPA not too long ago, which was a Voodoo Ranger series. It was,
AVS Media Demo.
quarter.
That, so when I saw
that might have been. That
yeah,
might have
it
been
did.
what it was
And you know
talking
what's funny is the signage that they have behind the bar is actually the logos of that black IPA. So
Oh.
you may have seen that and
Probably,
maybe saw
yeah,
it, but it was
probably
in
just
tall.
thought
It was
they
on
were.
16-ounce cans back in the
AVS Media
It
Demo.
was a black IPA, and I have to agree with you. I'm not sure about that style. It's kind of like that. The Mind F.
Well,
I don't know how else to describe it, but it's
exactly.
like it's a black beer, but it's an IPA.
So for us, we started brewing a beer. We were doing home brewing. and we
AVS
brewed
Media
a
Demo.
What we thought was a stout, I think, right?
Well,
and then we had one of our brewer friends come over.
That
He's
was
like,
the goal.
That was the goal. Our first stout was good. Then we tried to rebrew the stout, and something went wrong apparently because we had one of our brewer friends come over, and he's like,
AVS Media Demo.
IPA? And they were like,
Is that a black IPA?
No.
We're like, yeah.
Were there a lot of malts in it, or like what?
No, our IPA just went. Our stout went off.
Like you said, it was a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if I
it
can
was
say the
dark,
F word.
but it wasn't.
AVS
not a
Media
stout.
It was,
Demo.
what is this? A black IPA? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
And then your mind's like, well, I don't like dark. Well, I don't like
Yeah.
IPA.
Yeah.
And then you're like fighting, and it's like, oh my god, what is this
Exactly.
thing?
I think
It's
I
very
think the black
confusing.
IPA is a
Yeah.
very, very. I think it's more controversial than the NEPA was.
There's something about
AVS Media Demo.
There's a different flavor there's something about the
I don't
black
know
IPA.
about
I
the
don't even know what
malts.
it
I don't
is.
know about the malts and the hop. That
Yeah.
much hop
Yes, I agree.
profile on a malt.
Totally
that-
agree.
I don't think it.
I think because we're
works.
so used to going one way or the other. Like it's either
Yeah.
a black IPA, it's either black
AVS
or dark,
Media
and it's really
Demo.
roasty,
Right.
or it's an
Yeah.
IPA where it's super hoppy and I'm digging
Right.
down the
Yeah,
hops.
I don't
and
think
now
I
it's
can
like
wrap my head around the flavor
right,
yet.
it's like
Yeah.
confusing.
Not yet, no. And because again, until it becomes, I think there's a more standardized style to it, other than maybe it's a screw up of a porter
AVS
or a-
Media Demo.
or something.
Well, and that's funny, and I don't mean to segue into 1554, but that's
No.
so funny because everybody thinks porter stout, right? When you see a dark beer, it's like one way or the other, right? Like I'm just
Right.
in the box, and that's what I think. It's a porter or a stout, and that's what's so crazy about.
AVS Media Demo.
We actually started. We called it Enlightened Ale, it's funny because. Again, because of certain states that we were selling it in, if it's over a certain percentage of alcohol, Texas, you had to name it an ale.
Really?
So-
AVS Media Demo.
Okay.
So yeah,
and it's lagered.
Confuse
so, yeah.
people, right? And so people would be like, "Wait, I don't get it." And it's like, well, to make sure that we sold beer in Texas, which was a big state for us,
Gotcha.
legally we had to call it an ale. So
Okay.
it became enlightened black ale, and then
AVS Media Demo.
delicious roasty, toasty toffee notes that you get in it are just, and but it drinks. It's got that effervescence of an ale. You know what I mean? That lighter flavor.
It's solid. So
it's amazing.
I talked to a couple of locals here at Tippy's, and they're like, and they hadn't had it before,
AVS
and so
Media
I
Demo.
gave them a couple drinks of it. They're like, holy crap, that's awesome.
Right.
Because they also said, I was really expecting that to be kind of
Chewy?
It's dark. It's dark. So all they know is dark.
Dark is
Their
big.
dark is a Guinness.
Exactly.
Everybody goes, oh, it's a Guinness.
Heavy.
So it's gonna be
AVS
heavy and
Media
oily or
Demo.
something. It's like,
If
no.
you opened up this off a can and didn't know what was in that can, because this is an all-day drinker, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
6%.
easy all drink, but you wouldn't know it if you didn't open that can and know what color was in that can, and drink it. It's just so
AVS Media Demo.
lager,
And then when
but
you
it's
see it,
just got
here it is.
malty.
It's
got
like-
maltiness to it and a little bit of roastiness.
but it's got the roasted notes to it.
I mean, I always open up my
delicious.
beers on the can, but
Did you say on the can or in the can?
in the
Both.
can, no.
Oh,
yeah.
both. Okay.
AVS Media Demo.
It all works.
But no, I just thought it was actually a really cool experience talking to some locals. They're like, I drink Bud Light, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it, but you also know they're here at Tippy's and they know to try different stuff, and they were like, that was really
AVS Media
not
Demo.
what I was expecting. I'm
And
like, that's why you have to try new beers.
And I think you get that, with a dark beer, you think of more of a comfort, like comfort food. It's comfort beer.
Fall,
dark
winter.
porters
It's
and
gonna be
stouts
warm.
are
It's gonna be
comfort
warm.
beers. And then this is refreshing.
AVS Media Demo.
It doesn't feel
This
right.
is
That's like
this is straight up
refreshing.
crushable, man.
yeah,
I think
and
it
that's one
is.
of the hard things to get over with customers and telling them like, oh, we've got this great black ale. It's amazing. And they're like,
Yeah.
well, I do that in the fall and the winter. And it's
No,
like,
no,
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 you
no,
got to
no.
try it.
AVS
When I'm at Beer
Media
Fest, I
Demo.
try to throw it into summer beer for
Yeah.
a brew fest, and people look at it and they go, oh, I don't want anything dark. I don't want anything
Yeah.
heavy. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, no. You
Not
just
heavy.
do me a favor. Try it.
Not heavy at
and
all.
try it, and people 9 times out of 10, everyone's like, this is amazing. This beer
Again, it's
surprises me.
crushable, man.
AVS Media Demo.
I'm on my
Delicious.
fourth one tonight.
And it does pretty solid for us as far as sales goes in
Does it?
Indiana.
It should
Indiana
be
does
awesome.
really well. Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, I think the Indiana palate has refined itself a lot over the last several years. People
For sure.
get that.
AVS
They
Media
understand,
Demo.
the lager, especially here. If you're here, you can position it as a lager. They'll get that a little better, I think, sometimes than an amber ale or a dark ale, or sometimes, and they start to lean towards, oh, is that going to be a porter? Is that going to have a lot
AVS
of heavy
Media
mouthfeel
Demo.
to it? Is there any kind of oat or anything like that, lactose, something?
Right.
And but if you can just get them past. If you can get them past the
color. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
and that's the problem, and those are the novice
AVS
the
Media
slightly more
Demo.
novice drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at the color 1st. It's like, oh, dude, you can't do that because even nowadays,
Well-
I mean, look at doing a
White stout?
White stout.
Oh my gosh.
You get that was one of my
that's
weirdest
another
ones
black IPA
ever.
thing,
Yeah.
right? It's like
AVS Media Demo.
something when you think of stout, but then
Right.
you see that and you're like, wait, what? What?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
am I
doesn't make
doing?
any sense.
Yeah,
and
and you're
it's
like, oh,
delicious.
this should
It's
it is
amazing.
delicious, but you're also thinking, oh, this should be a nice light crushable beer, and I'm like, well, in that case, no, not exactly.
AVS Media
But it's
Demo.
also still wickedly refreshing.
Yeah.
But because of people have taken the visual reference of beer for so many years.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to change that mindset
And,
is the hardest thing.
AVS Media Demo.
It's just I think I love bourbon, but there's so much more you can. We haven't done it all yet. There's so much more you can do with beer.
Oh my gosh.
Like I said, we're switching up the colors and just
AVS Media Demo.
thought was
Black
reality.
black lager,
you know.
black IPA.
So, there's just so much you can do, and the flavors. And we were talking about the pre-show with the baby food.
Baby food.
Wait, what?
We had a conversation earlier.
AVS Media Demo.
You can do anything, so why not try it? Let's try it.
I come up with occasionally, and everybody kind of looks at me funny sometimes. Every time we're talking about something, I'm like, can you brew beer with like baby food? We're like,
that is
why not?
That's some serious creativity.
AVS Media
I did
Demo.
another
Well, you
show.
can throw anything
We
in
were
there.
talking about. We did a trip to Memphis, and we were at an absinthe bar. And me and my buddy George, we love absinthe. It's pretty awesome when you do it right. And then we're like, can you brew beer with wormwood? And Jordan's all looking up like,
AVS Media
we're going
Demo.
to try it this summer.
So yeah, I think back in the day, I mean, that's kind of what they used things like that. They didn't have a lot of hops to experiment with, so they used wormwood and all kinds of crazy.
I'm like, why not try? I mean, it sounds kitschy, and I'm not saying it's going to make a whole new style.
AVS Media Demo.
We come up with these things, and I'm like, why not
Why
try
not?
it?
There's new hops coming up all the time too. We see the locust hop. Locust? You
just
hear that?
The Mosaic Incognito. Come on,
Yeah.
I mean, versus the old Mosaic.
Yeah.
That's when you're extracting all of a sudden.
AVS
you're
Media
taking the hop and
Demo.
you're pulling the oils out instead of
It
just
becomes scientific
instead of just
versus-
straight up crushing it and making a the standard pill form or the that form and all that. It's like, why not? I mean, it becomes science at that point. And just
AVS Media Demo.
That's pretty much what our whole sour program is at New Belgium. I mean, we experiment, and we've got a huge foeder forest that we're very proud of. And
I actually love some of the sour programs. There's a couple people we've known, Briarscratch. There's a lot, and there's a
AVS
Bootleg
Media
Biology who will
Demo.
go and help you cultivate your own yeast from just the shit around your.
It's crazy.
The Briarscratch guys, they cultivated all their own yeast from all the flowers and plants around their area. And they have started
AVS
their own yeast
Media
strain
Demo.
for everything on that, and it's called a Briarscratch yeast strain or something like that. But
Where are they at?
they're out of Gallatin, Tennessee. You
Amazing.
have to try them if you ever get down. If you can get to they are in a holler.
I'm going to Tennessee for spring break.
They are literally in a holler.
AVS Media
Tell
Demo.
them the pig sent you, and
Tell them the pig sent you.
It's amazing.
He makes. He doesn't do it all the time. He makes it every couple of years. He makes a phenomenal. What the hell was the
it's
beer?
Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper beer.
AVS Media Demo.
It's light. Oh, it's so spectacular.
We couldn't leave.
We drank him.
Yeah,
we were going for 4 hours, and then we stayed the whole night.
Yeah.
That's great.
And we drank the keg.
We drank the keg of his
It was
creeper
so
beer.
good.
And he literally is in a holler. We drove
AVS
down a
Media
dirt
Demo.
road, 3 of us, and we're like, we sent him in and
So if
said,
you don't come
Guinea
out,
pig.
he said, if you don't go out in 10 minutes,
We're leaving.
We're not coming in. We're leaving.
we're literally going to leave because
Because you're that scared? Or
Oh,
what?
yes.
It was
really?
yeah.
So
It was in the
is.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay.
AVS Media Demo.
It was amazing.
It was kind of wow, yeah. And then it ended up being one of those wow, just kind of wow. All of his beers were
That's
just,
cool.
and he is a scientist. Him and his dad.
They teach.
They teach water like all this
AVS
stuff,
Media
and the
Demo.
Science of it just straight up, and you're just like, wow, that's the
Captivated.
cool kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you just want to hear him talk.
Where you
all
can,
day.
yes,
Yeah.
and those are those guys who push it forward and think about things. But again, my thing was like, okay, can we brew
AVS
with,
Media Demo.
baby food? Why not? Because it's kind of a puree. I
Right.
mean, if you do puree
Right.
on other
Right,
things,
if you're
then
using
it's-
fresh
sugars.
fruit or at least
Yeah.
some fresh, ingredients,
yeah,
why not?
I love thinking up just.
Well-
It's not that I think I can actually do those beers, but I like thinking them up and saying, "Hey,
Somebody knows what they're
one
doing.
of you
could do
brewers
it.
who knows what you're
AVS
doing,
Media Demo.
do you think that would work?"
One of your previous podcasts that you talked to somebody locally, and I listened to it, and it was.
Oh, we
they were
had a
doing
couple
some-
brewers.
they're
Yeah,
doing
some of the brewery
fun
locals.
stuff.
Yeah, I can't.
They were doing
oh.
some kind of like mix where you come in and you mix your own, like you can, do
AVS
an
Media
IPA,
Demo.
add different
Yes.
purees to it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
say purees, but whatever. And I was like, I wrote it down.
Oh,
and I'm like, I've got
Redemption.
Redemption?
Redemption does. They do the
Redemption.
Berliner Weiss.
Yeah.
Berliner
Where you can
Weiss.
put your
and they have
own-
all. They have a spectacular
AVS Media
set of
Demo.
different kinds of weird syrups and
I want to
stuff.
go there. Where is that?
96th Street.
Okay.
On 96 and 69, and
Yeah, I definitely got to check
they
that
do
out.
a great. Just their base Berliner Weiss. Solid.
But that's just the creativity and the passion
AVS
that, you're
Media
like, wow,
Demo.
Think outside the box, do something different, and that's what people are so excited
Yeah.
about.
It
People
just
are
makes
going to
it
try anything
fun.
nowadays.
It makes it. It's just not going out.
Yeah, here's a Pilsner, here's an
Yeah.
IPA.
Everybody wants to go out and get drunk on a Friday or Saturday night. Sure, I get it, but
AVS Media Demo.
fun to
It becomes
to going
you
out
want
and
it to
having
become
fun.
an experience instead of just drinking.
Does New
one
Belgium
after
have a
another.
different brewer that does the sours and other?
No, we do everything at in Fort Collins. We
Okay.
do have a foeder forest in Asheville as well, but our foeder forest is the largest.
AVS Media
A lot
Demo.
of people don't know that. That's kind of what we
You
hang
have
our hat on for
you have
sours.
You have an entirely different facility.
No,
for
it's in New Belgium. It's in Fort Collins. It's in the brewery. But we have a foeder forest that's actually,
AVS Media
60
Demo.
foeders in its own forest.
What's a
basically.
foeder?
The wood barrels that
Oh,
we
the vat.
basically
Oh, we
the
were
vat
talking about
that
that.
we-
talking about that earlier,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that the
Everything
one
that
that
we age our sours in, and
that was the hectoliters or 300. A vat can contain hectoliters or something.
Sure.
AVS Media Demo.
I'm a sales rep. It's a little too beer geeky for me, but
We
yes,
never heard
if that's-
hectoliter either.
If that
We're like-
excites you, hectoliters excite you, then yes, that's what it is. But no, our foeder forest is just amazing. We again very proud of that, and Lafayette
AVS Media Demo.
experience. That La Terroir. We used to have an Eric's Ale that we brewed from Eric Salzar, who's one of our creators of the whole sour program, along with Lauren Salzar. And we just it's just fun. That
AVS Media Demo.
So a lot of people don't know about that, and a lot of local people especially don't know that we do sours. So it's always funny to me when I encounter breweries that do sours, and a lot of them do fruit sours, and a lot of them do stainless sours.
Yeah.
Kettle sours. Which
AVS Media Demo.
I don't think they're the same. I think that aged sours are obviously, like you said,
much better,
much more of an acquired taste.
Brett's,
You kind of have to drink
I don't
those
like
for
the
a while.
Brett's. I don't like the Brett's. Because I think it's a forced sour kind of, and it's a forced.
AVS Media
Again,
Demo.
time and place for every beer, but I agree with you. I mean, it's all preference and what people like.
I love Flanders. I like even going towards the framboise kind of things. I love. It's something fresh.
AVS Media Demo.
About those, and it's just like.
And not super ABV. You're not getting hammered off of one. You can enjoy them.
And granted, it's not. It's a different side of the beer, category. I get it. And it has
AVS Media Demo.
Tends to be actually more, obviously more of a summer beer.
Yeah.
Because in the winter you're kind of usually wanting some, but I think it's all mental. And when you've been doing this as long as we have, you get past some of that mental state of it's just strictly
AVS Media Demo.
Beers and lagers, pilsners and everything, or summers and all that.
Does New Belgium have something new coming up?
Anything interesting that you know of?
That I know of.
That you're allowed
Do
to
I know the
say?
inside?
Yeah.
Do I know the inside? Well,
AVS Media Demo.
To be honest, we've done some crazy stuff where we bring things back. We have coming up, and we have a Up Next series, which is kind of considered our seasonals, but we don't like to tag the word seasonal to it because it kind of.
AVS Media Demo.
Like you guys said, it's like a mindset. Like, porters are only or dark beers are only for the winter, and it's like, so we don't really put seasonal, and we don't put a seasonal name on it. So we have our Up Next series right now is the Brewed IPA, which we have here in bottles at Tippy's, and that's our
AVS Media Demo.
And then we've got a passion fruit Kolsch. So kind of getting towards the more drinkable Kolsch style in the spring when the weather starts to warm up everywhere but Indiana apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah. So passion fruit Kolsch. Passion fruit's the big
AVS
fruit
Media
spring.
Demo.
So it's amazing. I had it already, and
interesting. Yeah.
it is good. And and then we'll go into a peach sour. So again, kind of, look at you guys. Ooh, I said the magic word, sour. Yeah, peach sour is amazing.
I like the fruits.
Yeah. So
AVS Media Demo.
Do a cold brew for the fourth quarter. So kind of getting back into.
Well, we had speaking of Redemption earlier, if you get a chance to go to Redemption, they had a was it a sour Grizz or but they had a prickly pear.
AVS
syrup,
Media Demo.
A mango goza. It was a goza.
Yep.
It was a prickly pear and mango goza. Oh man, it was good.
One of you talked
love
about
those
passion,
fruits.
or you talked about prickly fruit margarita.
Yeah.
Somebody said that. something.
Yes, prickly pear. I love
that was
prickly
the only
pear.
time I
AVS
had
Media Demo.
Margarita.
Absolutely love prickly pear.
I used to have those out in Arizona all the time.
It's
Prickly pear
crazy.
margarita is a spectacular margarita if you can get that prickly pear syrup.
For sure.
Oh man, that's some good shit. It is really spectacular.
That's what sold me on the brewery that you're talking about.
Yeah,
That-
Redemption.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
they
I
did like
gotta-
AVS
prickly pear
Media
mango
Demo.
goza or whatever. Just a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. Just enough to make it that goza, but not too much. Make it too salty.
Right.
Dude, it was pretty awesome. Yeah, that new goza they had was pretty freaking on point. But I love those. I like
AVS Media Demo.
I don't think I've had a good peach sour in a while. It's been
I
a
don't know
while
if I've
since
ever
someone
had
done
a
that.
peach sour.
I'd love to see like a dragon fruit, or I like some of the exotic fruits too. But again, I know it's super hard because to really get that flavor, you've got to have a
AVS Media Demo.
Yeah, and the
that
cost
is expensive.
For sure.
You got here I need
We did
500
something with lychee
pounds.
fruit. Lychee fruit?
Oh, lychee, yeah.
Lychee? I knew I'd say that wrong.
Well,
but-
actually, no. It actually depends on where you're at. I grew
Okay.
up in Hawaii. It was called lychee.
Okay.
But if you go to a lot of other places,
AVS Media Demo.
yeah, it's got it's that little like
like
the
tiny
white
little
fruit.
berries, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a white fruit berry. It's got a
What's
little seed in it.
Like?
It's like a mix between a cranberry and like a sweeter cranberry.
Not
like
even
tart,
yeah, not
but-
even not even that tart.
No,
It's,
AVS Media
so
Demo.
It's the it's almost considered kind of a nut. In that it's the shell on it is all kinds of really weird prickly. It's really strange.
It's
and
a
then
shell?
There has a big shell on it, and then there's fruit on the inside, and then there's a
AVS
seed on the
Media
inside as
Demo.
well. But it's called lychee
So try
or
brewing
lychee.
with that. Like that.
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
sounded like a nightmare for a brewer. Like, oh, I got to get through the nut, and then I got to
yeah.
get through the seed, and then there's a little bit of
Oh,
meat
you just
in
chuck
there.
it all in there.
Yeah.
Some of it's a little bit of a pear flavor without the grain.
AVS Media Demo.
Little bit of almost like a grape consistency. If you took all the skin off a grape, that kind of consistency. Yet a very light and fresh fruit. It's
AVS
awesome.
Media Demo.
They have it in grocery stores. You can get them in a grocery store, but it's like I said, LYCHEE is what I know it as far as the lychee or lychee. It depends on kind of where you're from. But yeah, it's very
AVS
light.
Media
I'm
Demo.
imagining trying to brew with that, and it would be a really subtle flavor.
We did it in our Lips of Faith series, so it was
Yeah?
small batch, which
very
obviously
small batch, yeah, because it's
back to what we said, very expensive.
No, I bet, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't brewed it since.
Wicked expensive, yes.
But it was
AVS Media Demo.
There's been and even some. There's like an Indiana fruit, Manahan at Kopacetic. I think was going to. There's a. Oh man, it's gonna suck for the show. I'll figure it out later. There's a weird Indiana fruit. My dad knows it.
AVS Media Demo.
Manahan knows it. I'm gonna bring it up on the next show. And
a weird Indiana fruit.
Yes.
What's it look like?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember the name. I really can't right now, and it sucks because I had it right on the tip of my tongue and I
Do they
lost
sell it in grocery stores?
AVS Media Demo.
No,
It's on
that's
the black
weird
market?
Part. No,
It's the only way you get it?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my dad, and I'll text it out to everybody, and I'll put it on the page. And but Manahan has tried to brew with it before, and I'll have to double check. with him, but
AVS Media Demo.
It's a really strange and sounding fruit name or whatever. It's really weird. Don't worry, it's mystery. It's what we do here.
Yeah,
sometimes with the
obviously.
pigs, it's a mystery.
I like it. I like it.
But I like people who try to grab some of those other fruit
AVS
flavors.
Media Demo.
Sours obviously lend them. Sours and the fruit beers lend themselves to that.
Yeah.
It's trying to throw now. If you trying to throw that into any other kind of beer, it's a little hard.
Well, isn't
Especially again quantity because that's needed to get the flavor infused.
AVS Media Demo.
Background, I mean, the whole like experimenting with fruit, like how do you know scientifically like how it's going to break down? What's going to happen when you
Exactly.
ferment? What's going to happen when you add this or that? And
You
it's like,
don't.
whoa, it's like a mad scientist
We
thing.
have to ask-
and that's
we
why
have to
everybody
ask
loves
friends.
it, right?
We- yeah.
That's why
AVS
everybody gets
Media
excited,
Demo.
'cause it's like,
Yeah.
well, I
We're
don't
like-
know what this is going to turn out to be.
We're like, oh, should I have done 60% more juice versus because we did a blood orange IPA or not orange IPA. Sorry, we didn't go blood orange yet. Blood orange is a lot
AVS Media
harder.
Demo.
You're like, okay, do we do more juice or more zest
Right.
versus if you put too much zest in, you get the bitter oil in
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
You gotta think of how many screw ups there's been with oh shit.
AVS Media
We did this
Demo.
instead of, and then oh damn.
Yeah.
It's
That tastes
surprisingly
pretty damn. Yeah,
delicious,
I mean
yeah.
that has to happen all the time.
It does. But I mean, as you get better, if you're not just the home brewer and you research more, you can plan and
AVS
expect
Media
more
Demo.
of that.
Right.
Because it is a scientific process, really, when you get down to it. And that's why I'm like, oh, can we? When I was bringing up the wormwood one, I'm like, can you really do that? Because I'm going to go with the bitterness of the wormwood.
AVS Media
George was just
Demo.
talking about we were thinking taking a bunch of wormwood and putting it and just doing almost like a fake barrel age where you're just putting in the oak chips in rather than putting it in an oak barrel. And I'm like, I'm gonna go with the bitterness of wormwood. Might just kind of
AVS Media Demo.
but
Do you know what wormwood tastes like?
no, not straight up.
So that's kind of weird. Like,
I know what
how do you,
absinthe.
Like, have a,
I know what absinthe tastes like.
Oh, so
Absinthe
that's-
itself with the wormwood tastes like a really astringent licorice.
Okay.
Black licorice.
Okay.
It's a black
AVS
licorice
Media Demo.
basic flavor, but that works kind of if you're distilling it through a liquor, but not necessarily
Beer's a
a
little
beer.
different.
What
Again,
would it do to the
science.
flavor
Right.
of the hops and the malts?
Yeah.
What happens when you throw
AVS Media Demo.
That's the weird part.
For
But
sure.
that's the cool part about doing this.
I know. Well, it's the risk taking. I mean, there's a lot of risk taking involved, and our brewers are no different as well. It is fun.
That's the fun
awesome.
part, especially when you can afford to do it.
Yeah. Well,
AVS
I
Media
feel bad
Demo.
for breweries, or I don't say larger breweries. Maybe there's other breweries, smaller breweries that where they have their hands tied to where they can't get creative. Like
Right.
I just always wonder about that. Like how when you take the creativity out of the craft brew, like how boring. Like how bad would it be to be
AVS
like,
Media Demo.
you can't brew with that wormwood. You can't brew with that,
Right.
You can do anything
lychee,
you want.
fruit, whatever. And
Yeah.
they're like, okay, I'll just brew this yellow beer. And
Yeah, I'll brew my yellow beer
Yeah,
from the
it's
the
like
recipe I was told from
such a
the guy
down-
who was here 6
Yeah.
years ago.
Such a downer.
AVS
How do you-
Media
At
Demo.
that point, you're not a brewer. You're just
No.
you're a cook.
Right. Yeah.
You're the cook. You're the line cook at freaking Denny's at that
Yeah,
point, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, if you think about it, if you don't get any creative freedom of becoming the new brewer,
Right.
you're just. That's what I feel bad. sometimes for
AVS
some of those
Media
big
Demo.
chain, ones where that's what they're supposed to brew.
Right.
The restaurant/chain ones, remember? Who's some of those? I'm not gonna say anything.
Don't mention it. They're probably my customers, and I don't want to.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
I don't want to sound bad.
AVS Media Demo.
Johnny's
John.
been on our show before.
He's been on the show
yes.
before.
And,
hey, John, how you doing,
Hi,
buddy?
Johnny.
Good. How are you?
How's the
Can
brewing
I call
been
you Johnny?
going? She's
Well,
gonna
the-
call you Johnny
Can I call you
anyways.
Johnny?
The brewing is has slowed down a bit.
Because it's cold as shit.
AVS Media Demo.
We lost our founder and mentor Kenny back in November.
Oh, no shit.
So we're in a transitional mode. We're working out with his wife.
Hold on, memorial to Kenny, because Kenny was on the show before, right? Yeah, we had Kenny on the show.
definitely, Yeah, me and Kenny were.
AVS Media
Kenny, man,
Demo.
sorry. Memorial to Kenny. Good job. He was a good man. He was a good
yes.
guy. He was
Yeah,
awesome.
Been my best friend for probably over 20 years.
Oh, so bummer, man. So what are you working out with the wife? What's going
Well,
on?
we're going to continue on with Fishwood Brewery.
Okay.
AVS Media Demo.
Getting the equipment out of there and probably store it at my house this summer. Maybe brew a little bit on the patio. We got a guy, one of the guys that brewed with us is building a new home, so he's going to put a brew room in.
All right, call Brennan up. We'll
AVS
we'd love to
Media
come by
Demo.
and, I think we'd love to come by and see Fishwood
absolutely.
Brewery and hang out and chill and drink some beers and brew some beers at the same time, right?
Yeah.
That'd be
so
awesome.
we slowed down. He was so sick that we only brewed once right after he died back on December.
AVS Media
All
Demo.
the ingredients are bought already, so we did a farmhouse ale.
The Kenny's Farmhouse Ale.
Yep.
How'd it come out?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
We did not keg it, so we went back to bottling. We got a little bit of
AVS Media Demo.
carbonated. But
Yeah,
it's-
see, we
it's
did
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
So I still have, turn that mic a little bit more towards you, man, buddy. I still have 2 bottles. I'm a little worried because I haven't opened them yet from 2 years ago.
AVS Media
we had
Demo.
a bad we had a not a bad batch, but a rough batch.
Of what?
One of our overcarbonated, little too much priming sugar in the bottles.
Yeah.
To the point where, so I had one beer in my hand, and the cooler was right here, and I picked
AVS
it up,
Media
out
Demo.
of my hand into the cooler, and a nuclear bomb went off. I mean, dude, just exploded. And then we had a few more. The moment you opened them, 3/4 of the beer was gone because it all just turned into
AVS Media Demo.
yeah, just foamed out. So we know that problem well.
Like, we're almost not that bad, but it's you pour it in the glass and it's got a pretty good head. But,
Yeah.
we had just got done perfecting. I just bought a beer gun back.
AVS Media Demo.
Just perfected how to fill off the keg and
Yeah.
bottle for that. We
Awesome.
just perfected all that, and so we thought, well, we're going to bottle since we don't have the. It's not really our place to keep the keg. So
well, we've
AVS
got our
Media
system now.
Demo.
We're gonna start. We're also gonna start back to brewing in the spring. We've got our Grainfather system, and we've got a good force carbonation for our keg, rather than doing priming sugar, right? From all the stuff we got from Cowboy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go
AVS
with,
Media
force
Demo.
carbonation rather than doing the priming sugar anymore. Just drop it in a keg for a while.
nice.
Yeah,
That's
it
the way
should
to
be
do
nice. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, much more reliable. What are you examining there, Lisa?
Night goat.
Got the night goat.
I've got some night.
AVS Media Demo.
Who
It's
who
from,
brought the night
Stole it
goat?
from Brendan.
Velpo. This is
Devil's Trumpet.
Yeah, Devil's
it's,
Trumpet.
Who brought over the night goat?
It was the last bottle in the building. That's, they brought it. Yeah,
nice.
yeah, it's the last one here. And it's Mikki got it, but Leslie brought it over.
AVS Media Demo.
The Snowdrift.
I feel a little
Can
bummed
you see
because
what the ABV is on that? Sorry.
oh, it's fine. I feel a little bummed because we had a pre-show before you got here, and we had like 3 good sours. You know, we had. Well, Clark didn't think they were all good sours, but
AVS Media Demo.
we had the
guy.
He doesn't even like IPAs. How's he gonna like
yeah.
sours?
What was the
Look at him. Would you think that guy likes sour beer?
Yeah.
Look at him. Come on.
What do you like, Clark? I just want to know.
He loves his stouts. He
Stouts.
loves his
Porters.
stouts, porters.
I'm getting more into lagers.
AVS Media Demo.
I will say we have caught him on a couple. He doesn't like tarts. He doesn't like anything that's tart. We
No,
have
not
gotten
at
him on a
all.
good couple sours, but you know it's his palate has greatly like mine. and all
AVS
of ours
Media
doing this
Demo.
job for a while. His palate has expanded. You know, everybody comes into doing craft beer. Johnny, you know, everybody comes into craft beer with a palate that they had from beforehand.
For sure.
But if you just keep trying a few things, you're like,
Expectations.
AVS
you know
Media
what?
Demo.
I mean, it may not be an everyday drinker, but that's still a pretty good beer. You know, and that's the beauty part about it. I love sharing that part
Well,
with
I think
everybody.
that works once you have one that like, it wasn't too bad. Then you're gonna try more. You know, you're gonna try other ones and.
AVS Media Demo.
That's a problem when you have people, when you're sampling people and they sample, you know, what, a 3-ounce sample, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure about that, you know, and then you're like, oh, you got to give it a chance, you know, give it a few sips, a little more sips than 3 ounces, and you get used to it, especially sours.
AVS Media
I
Demo.
wish Lisa would have been on for some of our early show
I
one
know.
because we had from Carolina Bauernhaus. We had this 18-mile red plum. Oh, he didn't like
Sounds
it.
amazing.
It was delicious.
500 plus. It was a Flanders.
AVS Media Demo.
Plus pounds of plums
Oh,
per
wow.
barrel aged per barrel.
Plum is an odd one.
It is an odd
that's
one,
an odd
but
fruit.
Wow, really
Or-
sour?
It was
tart.
It was
Not
tart.
sour, tart. To the point
There's a
where
big difference.
my right
Yeah.
eye just started twitching.
AVS Media Demo.
It was cloudy too. It wasn't straight up like bright tanked and everything. It was nice and
God.
cloudy. It had some heft to it.
Wow.
And oh my good, it was a really
AVS Media Demo.
It's been beautiful beers.
So
yeah,
this is what we're slightly sponsored by an app called Takeover, and they have Takeover does it's not a beer of the month club. They have beers like 2 beers out every day.
AVS
you can get from
Media
other places
Demo.
around the country. You buy the beers and then they will ship you however many beers you buy. It's a flat $15 ship rate to here. So like you buy 40 beers, you buy 50 beers, whatever. We get a crate,
AVS Media Demo.
I can buy a couple beers for $8 here, and then a couple beers for this. That one was a little more expensive, but then they just ship it to you.
Yeah, I
When you
can't
get to
believe that
pick
because
it,
I always
it's
thought it
awesome.
was different from state to state as far as the whole shipping alcohol laws.
Well,
like, like you've heard of
they are.
Drizzly,
They
I
can't
think
ship
AVS
everywhere.
Media
They can't ship
Demo.
everywhere, but they have distributorships. So like they'll pull from
Oh,
Anchorage,
okay.
Portland, but they'll get beers that are not that you put in your zip code, and they don't give you beers from around here. They'll give you beers from other
Right.
parts of the country.
But I didn't know about the shipping of.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you can
and it's-
mail.
yeah.
that.
And
Like,
they
mail
have
order.
to- they have to
AVS
open
Media
up,
Demo.
different venues, but Indiana was opened up 6 months ago, and they can ship to Indiana from all these other places. Just pick, and again, it's not a beer of the month where they pick what you want, you pick what you
pick
want.
That's
Yeah.
great.
It's pretty awesome, and you
sounds
get
great.
these all kinds of weird little sours and.
AVS
we
Media
did another
Demo.
one from Anchorage Brewing up in Alaska. Which one are you
I just
looking at?
I want to take a picture of that.
Oh, what? The app or the?
No, the beer, the plum.
18-mile red plum. Yeah, that was an awesome. beer.
AVS Media
Yeah,
Demo.
check out the
try
Takeover
that.
app, and you don't even have to. If you don't want to buy anything, you don't buy anything. You don't even. It's just.
Yeah, you
if-
got to enter crate. They don't ship you anything.
yeah, if you don't put any beers in your
If
crate,
you
they
bought
don't
one
ship
beer,
nothing.
you're gonna ship a $14.
AVS
But no,
Media
it's
Demo.
an amazing app.
It's been great for allowing us to expand out our profile, our flavor profiles, and get expanded. Just granted, we love our local craft, but you need to expand stuff out, and we love it. It's been awesome.
AVS Media
It's cool
Demo.
to see what people are doing. Around
Other parts of the
that-
country.
that you don't. There's so many experimental things that you're
the Anchorage scene for sours and Flanders and stuff has been huge.
Yeah.
They've
AVS Media
the
Demo.
Carolinas. It seems both of them have a lot of sours and stuff that they go, which is odd for like Anchorage. Wouldn't think there'd be a huge amount of fruit you could get up there to do some of that stuff.
They got blueberries.
But they do have blueberries.
AVS Media
The Anchorage
Demo.
one was a blueberry. It was a blueberry experiment, and it's again Clark wasn't a big fan, but it's all right.
But that's
The
another.
Grizz.
You like raspberries?
All right, Brendan, you are done.
Oh man.
New
Yeah.
Belgium has
I
been
just-
another one has been in the front of.
AVS Media
It's
Demo.
been doing that for a lot longer. Now it's getting really big now, but you guys been doing that for
It
a
is,
long
and,
time.
and that's kind of what I try to tell people when they start to say, oh, sours are new, and I'm like, well,
No, they're not.
not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that you can kind of tell, the background. of the
AVS
person
Media
talking, but,
Demo.
yeah, no, we've been doing sours for, we've got, like I said, we've got one of the largest / oldest foeder forests in the country as far as sours go, and we just take a lot of pride. There's a lot of creativity that goes into it. It's just crazy. Our website has everything. New Belgium
AVS Media Demo.
sours, and we do dry hop sours, our Les Terroirs. It gets harder to say when you've had a few drinks. Les Terroirs, just like La Folie.
La Folie, yes.
I don't know why we just can't say, brown sour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sour
AVS
brown ale.
Media Demo.
Sour brown ale.
Exactly.
Right, there you go.
Johnny, what do you got? You got anything in the recipe mix coming up? Granted, sours are a really hard realm for any home brewer to do. Usually, when a home brewer does a sour,
A mistake.
AVS Media Demo.
You made a great butterbeer the other week.
I
Oh,
call
what
it
was
Harry
in-
Potter.
what was in your garage?
I call it Harry Porter.
Harry Potter.
I like
But
it.
you got any recipes that you're thinking up for the next coming season yet, or just?
AVS Media
Here
Demo.
this summer.
All right. Well, I mean it's all right. I understand it's been a rough year for you guys on that one. So, but be sure hit up Brandon. We'd love to come up and
definitely.
brew for hang out on a weekend maybe and brew some beers and drink some beers.
AVS
and
Media
talk about
Demo.
that too, but
Yeah, I got a freezer full of hops, so I got to come up with something.
what
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
hops you
yeah.
got? What kind of hops you got on that mother?
Well, I started growing hops about
you're growing.
5 years ago.
Oh, that's right. You're
and-
growing. I forgot about
yeah,
that.
And
AVS Media
last year I had a
Demo.
pretty bumper crop, so I'm
Yeah?
expecting the same thing this year.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they pretty much take over my whole patio arbor.
What kind of hop? Are they?
What hop is it?
What kind of hop are you growing for hops?
I don't know, but they're good.
AVS Media Demo.
My wife was researched it one year. She bought me the the rhizomes.
Yeah.
I planted 4 of them, and I'm just learning.
All right. Yeah.
I found out
that's all
more.
right.
You need
Good for
to
you.
kind of trim them back a little bit more.
Yeah.
And refine it.
AVS Media Demo.
Yeah. It
Not
takes
so crazy.
Yes, you can't let them grow out of control. You got to
Yeah.
control them a little bit. And
So I got ropes and all that stuff to try to train them, and so
Awesome.
we're getting there. This year will be better.
awesome, man. That's
See,
pretty cool.
That's the beauty. That
it's
that
fun,
is the
isn't it?
beautiful part about it. When you talk to
AVS
people
Media Demo.
like you, Johnny, that are just like, passionate, and they're like, yeah, I don't know, there's no science. I'm just going to do what I want to do and
Yeah.
try it and experiment. And it's like nobody's afraid to do that. And I think that's amazing.
Well,
That's what
and
it's all
that
about.
that's works. And if you get something you like, then you can kind of start.
AVS Media Demo.
I mean, that's even like what we're doing. Like we've got technically 2 brew systems. We've got a grain father that should be nice and easy, and you can really kind of dial
Should
some
be
stuff in,
mistake-free.
and then we've got a larger system if we want to go to that. and we can
AVS
build
Media
a
Demo.
larger batch. A little harder to control because it's a propane base rather than the electric based heating elements and all that. So it's a little harder, but it's nice to have like one system to practice on and maybe another system to just
AVS Media Demo.
yeah. It's gonna be pretty awesome. So we're really actually excited to get back into it. We took a bit of a break ourselves. Life gets in the way, families, new things, buying homes,
Beer festivals.
kids get older, beer festivals,
AVS Media Demo.
It's going to be all kinds of fun. I think it's going to be a fun year this year. And
yeah.
I think we're all going to come up. Johnny, I know Johnny, you've like you said, you had a rough time this year. Kenny, and Kenny passing and all that. And I think it's time. I feel like a renewal this year.
AVS
I'm really kinda
Media
excited
Demo.
for this spring. It's been a crappy, weird winter this year. I'm really hoping
Yeah.
for a nice, good spring.
Agreed.
Everybody
Gotta
gets
be.
a nice, new, fresh kind of, energy going on, and I think it's going to be really interesting this year. Everybody
AVS Media Demo.
Local breweries, even the larger craft breweries, everybody's coming up with new cool stuff, and I think it's gonna be a weird year.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna be an awesome
weird
year.
You have to thank consumers for that. I mean, like everybody's taste
Yeah.
palates are changing, and everyone's like, "Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that?" We don't like
AVS
that.
Media Demo.
More and more
And so it
craft
keeps you
beer
on your
drinkers
toes.
coming up every
Yeah.
day. I mean,
Exactly.
that's what's
I mean,
nice.
we're in a little town in northern Indiana, and they've got some great palates here.
Well, and 2
for a
years
little
ago, you couldn't
town
do
in
this.
for a little town in northern
2 years
Indiana.
ago, you wouldn't be doing it.
AVS Media Demo.
Would have been a New Belgium or any kind of new craft stuff, and we're in a little tiny town in northern Indiana, and everybody's like, "Oh, have you been up to this place? Have you been up to this place? Have you had that IPA? Have you had that black lager? Have you had that?" We're like, "No, normal."
AVS Media Demo.
Hey, did you go out last night and get a Busch Light? Great.
Well, and it kind of sucks for sales reps because I feel like I have to keep on my game, right?
You do.
Like to know what the competition is.
Yeah.
And do you know how hard it is to do that when
Oh,
there's
that's gotta be
breweries
rough.
popping up left and right?
AVS Media
Everyone's like, "Did you
Demo.
get to the blah, blah, blah brewery?" And I'm like, "Oh, God, no,
Wait a
not
minute.
yet."
That's part of the fun part, too, though,
It
right?
is fun.
'Cause-
Don't get me wrong. I mean,
But
I know
exhausting.
there's people out there going, "F you." Like, hey,
Yeah.
you sell beer. Like, that's fun. Like, I sell paper.
Yeah, it's a little exhausting. It's
But-
got to be a little exhausting.
AVS Media Demo.
There's not
Keeps
enough
you on your
time. You
toes.
just you have to go kind of get what you can get and grab what you can grab as far as the mix of sixes and stuff like that, and that's how I kind of keep on it. You have to.
Well, I'm excited for this year.
Yes.
Johnny, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Lisa,
thanks.
for coming on.
Thank you.
AVS
Grizz,
Media
everybody.
Demo.
No, hang on. We're just closing out, Johnny, but you
Well,
got to walk away
I'm
right
gonna go get
now.
a fat tire. Or something.
Oh, there you
awesome.
go. Have you had the?
I'll buy you a fat
Have you
tire,
had the black
Johnny.
lager, Johnny? Do you have the black lager yet?
1554.
I had a little sample
it's
of it.
pretty good.
Well, you should have a big
AVS
What
Media
percent is that?
Demo.
6%.
Okay.
Yeah, you need like 3 of those.
Yeah, I'm not usually a dark, but I like
Yeah,
it.
It's
see?
a good
That-
lager.
isn't that what we just
I'm
said?
not usually dark.
It's
Yeah.
all about
And there
that's
it
all about
is.
the perception.
It's a beautiful beer.
But hey, the pigs want to thank
AVS
everybody for
Media
coming out.
Demo.
Thanks to Tippy's. Thank you, Sheila, for having all
Thanks,
of us
Sheila.
out and
Thank
really
you guys.
pushing the
Yes.
craft
Thank
beer.
you, Lisa.
Thanks for what you
you.
guys do for craft beer. This
Hey,
is amazing.
We
it
want to
really
push.
is.
That's
We
why
do
it.
this for fun. This
Yep.
is isn't our day job. This is for fun.
AVS
I'm a fan
Media
now.
Demo.
Go listen
we
to how
all-
many podcasts?
187.
Sweet.
Wow.
I'll start tomorrow.
Don't listen to the first 30
Okay.
because those are really bad.
That'll help me a lot. That takes up a lot less
Or the
time.
last 30.
AVS Media Demo.
All
Or
right,
if you
cheers.
ever see a part 3, don't listen to that.
Yes,
because
ever.
it's usually
Yeah.
the same 3 hour. No, yeah, you don't listen
You
to
don't
part
wanna listen
3.
to part 3.
1 and 2 good. 3
Yeah.
no.
Our third
I
hour.
usually go by the title. So if I like the
AVS Media Demo.
or I kind of
Yeah.
know a little bit about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the last one I listened to was great. Like I said, with that Redemption.
Yeah, well, thank you. We appreciate that. And then, and that's a new one. Redemption's been a friend of ours for a long time. Recently changed brewers, but still doing really good.
AVS Media Demo.
All right, guys. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank
Thanks
you
for having
guys. Thank you.
AVS Media Demo.
In a haze of days, a deja vu, blazing down the avenue, trying to make a buck or two. You said you had nothing to lose, amazed and knew you
AVS Media Demo.
blamed the days and drove out for something new. Spend a year on a holiday stay. What we grew in the fields of spot
AVS Media Demo.
wasn't enough to satiate the hunger in our souls. So I drank the blended cactus and you set up on the road. Where are we
AVS Media Demo.
No one really knows, but him, the past can never fail to follow me. Roosters crowing, it's time for you to go. I can hear
AVS Media Demo.
silent. Left you with the jug of wine in the Louisville strip. It was Easter time with the banjo clip to the back of was headed, fell to hell, drowned inside, I wish him well. Caught a bus back home with a tale too tall to tell. Glassy eyes,
AVS Media Demo.
sat completely paralyzed, like a ghost who'd lost his grip upon the ground. But life's a big old bitch when you see transfixed on the pain of the past. That a hint of progress, it's a
AVS Media Demo.
when you're dipping everywhere you go on your regrets. They say you'll be dead if you can't get rid of all that shit that spins around in your head. If you don't wanna be another throwaway kid, gotta buy yourself a steak, goddamn on the red.
AVS Media Demo.
I'm letting it go. Getting visions of the open road. I know it hurts like hell to come back down and put your roots.
AVS Media Demo.
Trample all the flowers with your head stuck in the core. Where are we going?
AVS Media Demo. AVS Media Demo. AVS Media Demo. AVS Media Demo.